Hello everyone, I am Shridat Oza, student of MSc PVS from Department of Chemistry, Faculty of Science, the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. Today, me and my friends Mohil Thanki and Rahul Parmar, also from the MSc PVS, will try to give you some insights about drug pollution. Drugs in drinking water? Yes, you are seeing the right slide. And as you can see the cartoon, ask your doctor if tap water is right for you. Now here, drugs means not the drugs but pharmaceuticals. Yes, human drugs are present in both potable and non-potable water. Let us see and how this can affect us. We will see our presentation in the following manner: introduction, flow of drugs, pharmaceuticals detected in water, effects, drugs addiction, prevention, conclusion, and references for more details. Pharmaceutical pollution or drug pollution is a type of water pollution resulted by direct or indirect release of pharmaceuticals into the water without any treatment, which reach the aquatic environment like groundwater, lakes, rivers, oceans, etc. Now, how it reaches there? Like flow of drugs. How a pharmaceutical reaches to the aquatic system. So, roughly 100 pharmaceuticals have now been identified in rivers, lakes, and coastal waters throughout the world in concentration of ppm to ppt. ppm parts per million, which is microgram per liter, and ppt parts per trillion, which is nanogram per liter. So now we can have a thought that, oh, it's a very small quantity, but the drugs which we are taking are also in very small quantities, right? If we see on the backside of drugs, we will find that they are only in the micrograms, right? So we will see here the flow of drugs in two ways. One is in the human drugs, like the drugs which humans are taking, and the others are the veterinary drugs which we are giving to the animals. So if we see the human drugs, it will go through the excretion to the sewage to the sewage treatment plant. That sewage treatment plant will treat the water, and that water will be directed to surface water, and then surface water will be available to us as drinking water. Now, if we see the veterinary drugs like our pets will excrete the manure. That liquid manure will come in contact with soil. That soil will directly come in contact with the groundwater. And another way is that our dry waste, which we threw into the dustbins. That dustbins are then collected, and then they are through to the landfill site. Now those landfill sites come in contact with groundwater, and eventually that also comes into the drinking water, right? So now here our main concept is like how drugs are in the excretion. They are there in excretion because the drugs which we are taking are not completely absorbed by our body. We will see the about bioavailability later in the slides. So here we will move to the next slide. Prescription and recreational drugs ingested by people are typically not completely absorbed or degraded by our bodies before elimination. These drugs are therefore in our waste, that is flushed down the drain, passed through the sewer system, only partially destroyed in the sewage treatment process, therefore are still present in the wastewater treatment plant effluent. Some people flush unwantedly medicines, and those flushed medicines can contaminate more readily than the described above, like you can see in the cartoon. Small pharmaceutical industries with lack of proper disposal system release pharmaceutical waste in nearby water source or in soil, which is very dangerous not only for us but also for the aquatic lives and microorganisms which live in underground. And this is the main concern for the developing countries like India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, etc. Now, further will be carried by my classmate. Thank you.
Thank you, Sridhar. Now we will talk about pharmaceuticals detected in water. The average total concentration of detected pharmaceuticals were 24 nanogram per liter. In each study sample, while antipyrine, which is analgesic, and sulfamethiazole, which is antibiotic, were detected for first time in drinking water sources of USA. Recent studies of water samples of wells, lakes, and rivers of nearby areas of Hyderabad show the presence of drugs in the water. Researchers found that wells are contaminated with drugs like ciprofloxacin, piperazine, norfloxacin, enoxacin in more than 1 milligram per liter. The data given by scientists is shown in below table. Now we will talk about bioavailability of our drugs. So first we have to understand what is bioavailability. It is at a particular time percentage amount of drug found on a tissue. Here in table we can see the bioavailabilities of a different drugs, and we have to note that bioavailability varies from person to person. Now I request my friend Mukesh Sankhi to take over and explain the effects of pharmaceuticals.
Thank you, Rahul. So, friends, as Rahul and Sridhar explained the flow of drugs and their concentration in drinking water, let's see what and how do they affect us and our surrounding. Let's begin with impacts on water quality. These pharmaceuticals contain different chemical and biological compounds. Due to such nature, this effluents may lead changes in water quality. Around 100 kilometers from Hyderabad, in Patancheru industrial area, Medak, the concentration of TDS, BOD, COD, copper, arsenic, selenium, fluoride, and iron were recorded 5 to 10 times higher than maximum permissible limit. This can be dangerous for our health. So now let's go to our next point, impacts on health. Though there are not particular evidence of major effects of this, researchers assuming that this can lead us to respiratory disorder, cancers, reproductive problems, chronic depression, and congenital problems, including mental retardation and physical abnormalities. Apart from this, one get registered from particular drug and that drug will not affect him as before. There we put a cartoon on slide in which customer is asking for a glass of water, but waitress tells him that he need a prescription for that because as per newspaper, drugs are there in tap water. Let's see about aquatic life and agricultural land. These pharmaceuticals indirectly affects lands by lowering the productivity, altering agriculture infrastructure, and leads to massive death of livestock and fishes. Here we have given the name of some rivers from all over the globe, in which studies have found changes in the reproductive systems of fishes. Those are linked to pharmaceuticals which can disturb their endocrine systems. Fishes have been found with both male and female sex tissue, and in many cases, female fish in areas impacted by wastewater treatment plant discharges greatly outnumbered males. This can be dangerous for our environment, especially for food chain. Now, I would like to change our direction towards a serious and one of the major problems for whole world, drug addiction. In India, you are aware with the situation of Punjab, how youth of Punjab is getting destroyed by drugs. Drug abuse is the repeated and excessive use of drugs. It impacts a person's mental as well as physical health negatively, causing a major damage to the brain. Drug abuse hampers a person's power to practice self-control and interferes with their ability to resist the urge to take drugs. Drugs are initially taken out of choice, however, it becomes hard to resist them sooner than you realize. It is difficult to recover from this problem, and even for those who quit, also have a high risk of developing it again. So, what are the reasons to get addicted? People usually take drugs without prescription in order to get over from stress caused due to the family issues, pressure of work, growing competitions in school and colleges, relationship problems, financial issues, loneliness, etc. And then they head towards addiction, which can be alcohol, drugs, or any other. We're listed some most common illegal drugs: LSD, opium, marijuana, cocaine, methamphetamine, which is also known as ice or meth, crack cocaine, heroin, etc. You can see crystals of LSD, joint of marijuana, and heroin there in the video. Why are we prohibited to get drugs without prescription? Why are there departments like NCB? What drugs do actually? Let's understand that by the effect of drugs, starting with the change in behavior. Drugs can lead to multiple problems with the behavior of the person, both for the short and long term, which can include paranoia, aggressiveness, hallucinations, impaired judgment, impulsiveness, loss of self-control, etc. Also, there are some side effects of drug addiction. A weakened immune system can increase the risk of illness and infection, heart condition ranging from abnormal heart rates to heart attacks, and blood vessels infections from injected drugs. Nausea and abdominal pain, which can also lead to change in appetite and weight loss. Strain on the liver increases, which puts a person at high risk of significant liver damage or liver failure. Seizures, stroke, mental confusion and brain damage, lung disease, problems with the memory, attention and decision making, which can make your daily life more difficult. Global effects of drugs on the body, such as breast development in men and increases in body temperature, which can lead to other health problems. So, what to do? How to overcome this? Overcoming drug addiction can be difficult, however, it is not impossible. Simply, one can get rid of this by expert consultation, exercise, talk to closer one, eat healthy and proper medications. Now, I would like to hand over this presentation to Rahul Parmar. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohil. He explained effects of pharmaceuticals. Now the question is how to prevent this. The most important thing you can do to reduce the amount of drugs in our waterways is don't flush drugs down the drain. I repeat, don't flush drugs down the drain. The best option, if available, is to return the medications to a pharmacy. If these types of options are not available, many websites recommend mixing the drugs with an objectionable material such as dirt, kitty litter or coffee grounds, and then placing them in a sturdy sealed container and placing that in trash. Here on the right side we can see that a person is mixing medications with coffee grounds in the airtight container and then dumping it into a ground. Now I request my friend Siddharth Oza to take over and give the conclusion.
So, as me and my friends tried to give you some insights about drug pollution, what do we conclude from this, right? So, here we will see the conclusion slide. The presence of drugs in our waterways is a potentially serious environmental and human health issue. The common man indirectly get exposed to unwanted drugs without prescription. Due to this, one can get resist to the drug unwantedly, unknowingly. So when actually required, the drug won't work, right? We know when a person or a body continuously takes some medicine, their body starts to show resistance toward that drug. And because of this, we are into the third generation of antibiotics. We should consider our actions and must do things to prevent drug pollution. Also, we should aware people to educate those who don't know about consequences of this issue. As a science background people, it is our humble duty to educate others and try to make them understand about drug pollution so that to spread awareness. In the end, we would like to thank Professor Prasanna Galsasi for their constant guidance and support throughout the motion of work. Thank you, sir. And we would like to thank all of you for listening us. Thank you.